Hi folks, and in this video what we're going to do is start adding a few calculations to the actual mix. So at the moment we have our login screen, we have it so we can add items to our shopping list, it goes to our till, and then of course we have the information here. So next thing we're going to have is a section which says current amount of credits, cost of credits, and then remaining balance afterwards, and we'll then have some conditional formatting almost to basically check to see if that purchase can be taken place or not. So what we're going to do is go onto our lovely designer view here, and we are going to add a box into this lovely canvas panel just here, and this is going to say cost of purchases. So let's just rename it cost of purchase, like so. Go to bind, create a binding. Now what we're going to do here is cast this cast to the actual shop game mode again, get the game mode from here, and then we're going to find the details from the shopping basket. Get shopping basket, break this down, and then we're going to want to use that total object value. Now if we add a quick append in here, what we can say is your total purchases, there you go, apply that and into this one. So now if we go to test it, log on, go on to Bob, write a password, add two games together, go to till, there you go. That is our total purchase amount. So what we're now going to do is add a second piece of text. Let's make this a bit bigger, there you go, make it a bit more interesting and put that under there. What we're now going to do is we're going to add a second text box to say how many credits that will then take us to. So we throw this into the correct canvas panel like so, here he is, and we're going to add in a little bit of formatting to this and some interestingness. So let's just increase the size of this a little bit, set it and auto wrap this one. So this is going to be costings. So our costings here is going to basically work out if we've got enough, if we haven't got enough, and what we're going to have to do to actually make sure that this is a possible purchase. So with this in mind, first thing we do of course is cast to game mode, the shopping game mode, get the game mode, there you go, and then we want account, and we're also going to want the basket. So in the account, of course, we have the user's amount of credits, and in the shopping basket, we have the actual total value. So that in mind, we're going to have to do some interesting maths, and we're going to need the index, current user index, for this one. Right, so now we've got this information here, we can then start playing around with what we need to do. So obviously what you would try to do is just get the total of objects minus that from the amount of credits, and job is quite literally a good one, and then it will just give the output amount of what we need. Of course, if this then hits negative credits, we're going to have a whole lot of fun and games, aren't we? So with that in mind, what we're going to have to do is play around with this system. In fact, what I'm going to do here is just have a bit which says the value, no, we won't do that yet, because what we know is if we go to spend 50 credits, we won't have enough credits, will we? If we go to spend 100 credits, we won't have enough if we only have 50 on us. So that in mind, should we do some formatting here? Yeah, why not? Right, if this value is greater than 0, we can allow the purchase. Let's create a variable. Can purchase. The answer would be yes. Okay. Ooh. Right, just to explain what I'm doing here is I'm just playing around with the actual functionality. So what we've got is we've got an if statement which is checking to see if the value is greater than 0. In fact, let's make it a greater than or equals to 0, just like so. So what it's checking is it's checking the user's credits away from the value of the purchase, and if it is greater than this, we'll allow it to have the purchase variable ticked, which will do something later on, and it then says you can afford this purchase, the remaining balance is whatever the value is from this. Now if you cannot make the purchase, set this to false. Excellent, and we'll write a little bit of a return. There you go, adding a new return node in. Append. You cannot afford this purchase. Please add the additional credits to your account. Right. So now what will happen is we're going to have an extra statement involved in this. So if it becomes a false statement for any reason, it will then say you cannot afford this purchase, please add X amount of credit to your account. Now we might have some fun with this. Let's see what happens. So if we get Bob to do some shopping, he's only got 50 credits. Gloomhaven costs 100. If I go to the till, of course, it's going to say, you cannot afford this balance. Remaining credits 50. Oh, did that actually work? We cannot see it because it's gone off the screen. Let's redesign this. So at the moment we have it, so it should be auto wrapping, but it isn't. Awesome. Let's just change the wrapping of this. Let's change the size to 20. Maybe it was too big to start off with, and let's see what happens. Go to play, Bob1, password, add Gloomhaven, go to the till. Your remaining balance is 50. You can afford this purchase. Hang on. What's just happened there? I have 50 credits. 100 of it is gone towards this purchase. Okay, that's not right. That's not right at all. Something bad has happened here. Have I done the numbers the wrong way round? I'm assuming I've done the numbers the wrong way round. Credits away from... Yes, I did. 100. There we go. Right, that makes more sense. So... that was a quick issue there to fix. So what happened is, of course, you have to take the amount of users' credits away from the actual cost of the object, not the other way around. The interesting thing is, what happened here? It returned me a negative number. It said, you must afford an extra minus X amount of credits, which isn't right at all. Not right at all. So I'm going to fix that. That's actually quite a nice little fix. All we need to do is take the number of credits to return it from a negative to a positive value. and we're going to use a times, an integer times integer, or integer star integer, then -1, and then apply it into here. This is a very fancy piece of mathematics for you folks. So what will happen is I'll then put my username in, my password, add Gloomhaven. Of course, I'm not going to have enough money, and I need to add 50 credits to my account. Makes perfect sense. Basically what I've just done is I've just changed it, so I've turned a negative number into a positive by timesing it by -1. Handy little bit of mathematics there for you. And now we have a basic system to see if the till will let us purchase the item or not. In the next video, we'll then go on to the fun of actually confirming that purchase. Thanks again.